Hello everybody, this is General Snivy, and welcome back to more of the Persona 5 Royal playthrough. Last time we made it to the halfway mark when it comes to Kamoshida's palace, and learned some very disturbing things about him. Also, in between the last session and this one, as you can see, I did purchase some new DLC content. And this new DLC is a set of personas. These personas are considered, or at least one of them, technically two, are considered to be the most powerful persona in the entire game. And the reason why I bought it? Because it was on sale for 55% off, and I'll explain what I mean momentarily. Anywho, this DLC content includes the infamous Izagami Noakami and Izagami Noakami Picaro, female Orpheus and Orpheus Picaro set, Anthena and Anthena Picaro, and Persona Roll. So, again, whenever you purchase DLC or downloaded the Legacy DLC, which that particular DLC is free, depending on where you are in the game, you can pull them from the inmate registry, or you can pull them from the cardboard box back in your room in the real world. So, I figured I'd bring that up. So, since we're technically within Kamoshida's palace and now we have access to personas and stuff like that, let's go ahead and pick up our well-deserved prize, or not really deserved prize, you know what I mean, but more or less we're picking up God.
Listen up, inmate.
What is it?
We are introducing a new regimen to your rehabilitation in the form of challenge battles. For these trials, we will permit the cognitions of your comrades to fight at your side. Cry your tears of joy. Depending on your results in combat, you will receive some form of compensation for your efforts. Should you prove successful, there is no doubt that you will be rewarded and strengthened in body and mind. We've even prepared a special stage for you to undergo this part of your rehabilitation. Take this opportunity to demonstrate the furthest reaches of the strength you've gained up to now. Should you wish to attempt this at once, we shall oblige you.
Okay, so at this point, after returning to the Velvet Room, after reaching, I believe, the halfway mark of Kamoshida's palace, you're going to be given the opportunity to take on challenge battles. Challenge battles are completely optional, and you don't have to worry about them at all. They don't necessarily contribute towards 100% completion, and it's just there for an extra challenge. So, as far as they are concerned, you can access a challenge battle by speaking to the wardens in the Velvet Room. In a challenge battle, you fight your foes with your current party and aim for a high score by dealing as much damage as possible. You'll receive a reward from the wardens based on your score. After the battle, your HP and SP will be restored to their previous levels. However, items consumed won't be returned. If you're defeated, the game won't end. So basically, what this means is that, according to our stats here, we got 315 HP here and 169 SP. If we use that up during the challenge battle, for example, then whatever we had previously, that will be returned to us at the end of the battle, so long as we win. If we lose, then of course you don't get much of anything other than a slap across the face, and everything's still restored regardless. But as they said, or as the tutorial was mentioning, you'll not be able to get your items back if you use them in the battle, so keep this in mind, and I would highly discourage you from using items during the challenge battles. So, of course, before we even show these off in the first place, let's pick up our OP DLC. So, let's sort by ABC and go to eyes. Here we are. We have Izagami Noakami and Izagami Noakami Picaro. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that name hard, but regardless, these two personas right here are the strongest personas in the entire game. And rightfully so, with a frickin' hefty price tag. And the reason why they're so strong is because of their starting abilities. That would be Myriad Troops, Victory Cry, and Angelic Grace. Of course, Sentinel can learn 2 of these abilities as you're leveling it up until it reaches level 99 and whatnot. But Myriad Troops is something completely unique to this persona. Myriad Troops deals heavy almighty damage to all foes 3 times. There's still a chance it could miss, but that is rare. But regardless though, for a hefty price tag of $10, under normal circumstances, $10 US at least, not including tax, you can get your hands on the most powerful thing in the frickin' universe. Even more powerful than Sentinel, but even so, it's still debated whether or not Sentinel and Izagami Noakami Picaro are actually stronger versus one another. I can't say, but still, if you want something equivalent to Izagami Noakami Picaro, Sentinel is definitely that persona, at least in my honest opinion. Not saying that Izagami is bad or anything, but he is not worth $10. Like I said, I got this persona set at 55% off. So, what that equates to is that normally this DLC would cost roughly $11, including tax. But, since this particular DLC was on sale along with Persona 5 Royal, I got it for about $5. So in other words, if you're going to purchase this DLC, wait for a sale. At least 50%. And then go for it.
You'll withdraw this persona?
This is a persona born within one who held a fate outside of yours. It bears the power of its original owner, hence I have no doubt it will grant boon for you. Do you wish to summon it? Yes, indeed. And again, since this is a DLC persona, and this is technically our first time summoning it, it is free to summon for the first time. However, if you sacrifice it or do something else with it and you want to summon it again, it will cost you yen. Not in real life, of course, I mean in game, but regardless, it's still something I feel like I need to mention. So, as far as accessing the challenge battles are concerned, let's not go back. Dang it. I did not mean to do that. Anyway, when it comes to the challenge battles, let me tell you something about them. Like I said, they are entirely optional. To access them, you have to speak to the wardens within the Velvet Room and choose a special battle. So, when it comes to the, okay, new trial battle difficulty has been unlocked. Yay. Whoopee. Don't care. So, challenge battles, how they work is, when you first start the game, you'll only have access for the level 10 trial. And using the L1 and R1 buttons, you can change the level difficulty to go higher and higher, up to as high as, I believe, level 80. I'm not 100% sure. I never got past level 30 or 50, as I never really dove too deep into this. I've only completed the first trial, but I will be showing this off too. And funny enough, when it comes to the challenge battles, this isn't the only set of battles you can do. There are some additional trials that you can access as well. However, these remaining 6 battles are level specific and they test you on different mechanics of the game and your complete and utter understanding of the game. And another big fat kick to the teeth is that these remaining 6 challenge battles are only purchasable via DLC. I am dead serious. It's DLC. You only have access to this first set, and that is it. Unless you want to fork over another $10 or $15 to access the remaining trial battles. But I do believe that the remaining trial battles are purely just specialized battles to test your skills and might and stuff like that, so it's really nothing that out of the ordinary. Although I think for some of these, you challenge some other protagonists from previous Persona games, but I could be wrong when it comes to that. At least that's from what I've seen online. So, yeah, I have no experience when it comes to that. But just to show this off, let's show off the level 10 trial first. So, challenge battle rewards and bonuses. There are 3 different types of rewards you can receive in the challenge battle. Depending on your final score, you can only obtain each type once. You cannot do a hold-up or an all-out attack during a challenge battle. However, if you fulfill certain requirements, you will receive bonus points. On the rewards screen, use up and down to view the bonus requirements and opponents. Aim for a high score by utilizing your party members accordingly. So, I've already earned all the rewards for this first trial tier. And I've earned this during my second playthrough. And honestly, these rewards are not really all that good. But even so, they're still better than nothing and pretty good for early game. But if you're later in the game, like you're all beefed up, level 99, ready to kick some ass, take names, then going for these trials is not a bad idea just to knock them out and get them out the way. As far as the second series of trials, I have not completed this yet completely. I've only completed the first 2 tiers, but not the final one, as I've lacked the required number of points. But if you want to view the details on all the rewards and all the different bonuses, I believe you just have to select challenge. Actually, no. No, you hit down after looking at the rewards. The bonus points of which these trials require vary from challenge to challenge. So for trial level 10, we have to have on attack, which will multiply our score by 7 times, hit an enemy with a wind attack, which will multiply our score by 3, and if we happen to win the battle within 20 actions, then we score 10,000 additional points. So, an action is like executing a command, like an attack, executing a persona's ability, charging up an attack, buffing, debuffing enemies, etc., etc. Those are actions. And I believe those actions are counted towards you rather than your enemies. So an enemy won't take away the number of actions for that particular bonus. So for now, let's go ahead and start this challenge battle just to show it off. All challenge battles, I believe, carry a set number of enemies and are always the same. During a challenge battle, you can view your current score, the score needed to obtain a reward, and the score bonus requirements. Even if you lose a challenge battle, the game won't end. If you feel that you can't win, press L2 and select Escape in the Order menu. Challenge battle scores are based on damage dealt. Aim for a high score by dealing massive damage. So really, it's a good idea to hold off on these challenges for as long as possible until the very last time that you can enter a very specific dungeon. In which case, go all out and take on all of these challenges once everyone's all maxed out when it comes to levels, stats, etc. Going after it in early game honestly is not that bad of an idea, but even so, I'm just saying. Sounds good to me. Okay, so let's see what's next. Let's go ahead and switch to Morgana. Multiply our score by 3. There we go. Time for a nice good old zappity zap zap. There we go. Finally time for on. I believe this trial is supposed to test you on your knowledge of the baton pass and how to best utilize it. You can also get away with not executing a baton pass and also just completely annihilate everyone around you by dealing as much damage as possible. Just like that. But it may not necessarily grant you that many points. But it is helpful for speedrunning these challenges if you're into that sort of thing. That still wasn't very good, though. But still, those are basically the challenge battles in a nutshell. I'm probably not going to be focusing too much on showing off the challenge battles and what they have on offer, because really it's not all that important to me. But, again, just something worth mentioning regardless. You know what? Let's go to Fuse Silky here.
Its power will be nothing on my.
Okay. By the way, if you're wondering if I'm going to be fusing personas in this playthrough, like, at all, that's going to be a yes. I am going to be planning on fusing some personas to complete the remaining entries in my persona registry, as I still have a couple more, technically speaking, for this particular file to register for. And there's also one more persona that's out in the wild that I still need to find in order to add it to my registry, in order to complete the inmate registry 100%. But that's not going to be for a long time from now. So, for now, now that I have Izagami Noakami Picaro, let me show you folks how busted this persona is. First off, let's head on out of here and get ready for some fireworks.
Joker.
Are you ready? Hell yeah, let's go. Well, this is the most disturbing church I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, was that the gym?
It certainly was.
I get it. The gym's some kind of holy place for him. He's a god there.
Makes sense.
I can't believe he can think like that. Especially after what he did to Shiho.
God, that bastard makes me so freaking sick. Just you wait, Kamoshida.
I see. So you're the ones who tampered with the library. It seems my time waiting here has paid off. Just as that ape there said, this place is a holy ground for our great king Kamoshida. It is preposterous for miscreants like yourselves to come waltzing in like this.
Oh, really? Because I thought we were here to repent for our sins.
You will pay for foolishly defying King Kamoshida with your lives.
You knew this would happen. Well, we don't have a choice. Let's take it down.
Sure, Mona. Let's take it down to the frickin' Shadow Realm. And do it with our busted crap.
Look, he's trying to do something. It's important to guard if you think you're in danger.
So, this fight is supposed to teach you about guarding. When you guard, you not only reduce damage received, but you will also be protected temporarily from being knocked down and from elements. If you think the enemy will perform a powerful attack or target your weaknesses, it would be wise to employ guard to protect yourself, especially on Joker, because if Joker dies, this game does the Final Fantasy XIII bullshit of the leader dies, it's game frickin' over. Speaking of game over, myriad truths, all will be revealed as I send them to the frickin' Shadow Realm and make this game a complete mockery. Ah! Got him. I am going to be refraining from using Izagami too much in this playthrough, but I will say this. Okay, what I'm trying to say is when it comes to Izagami Noakami Picaro, I am going to try to refrain from using him too much, if at all. Maybe I'll do it to show off how awesome he can be once in a while, or just to make things go by, like, infinitely faster. But even so, I am going to be trying to more or less show off other personas and also rely more on Sentinel versus Izagami Noakami Picaro. Just saying. I didn't realize these things could be tough. Could be that tough. Yeah. Looks like he's making concentrated effort to stop us up now. Joker, I helped you learn a few different things so far, but there's no more time for lessons. I'll compile some info you'll need to know for battle, so be sure to take a look up later. Sure. So, some additional tutorials have been added to the menus. Ailments, attributes, affinities, rush, and skill selection assistance have been added to the battle tutorials menu. Tutorials that you have seen before can be viewed in the main menu by pressing triangle. To open the menu, select system and then tutorial. Oh dear. Crap! More of them! What should we do? Head back? No, the treasure is definitely up ahead, and there has to be a path to it somewhere. See anything that could help us zip by here? Keep your eyes sharp. Time to pull up my best Spider-Man! Phew! That was close. Good going, Joker. That was some expert grappling. And now we can investigate this area. Let's get to it. I think in the original Persona 5, I don't really know what happens, but I think less enemies spawn, giving you more of an ample opportunity to escape if you have to. But still, I guess they added more enemies just to show off, hey, let's use the grappling hook because we're freaking Batman! Even though I just said we were Spider-Man not that long ago, but you get the idea. Cosplaying is fun. Also, if you're wondering where that one platform leads to, where you're intended to drop off at, it just leads to another door. But the reason why I'm going this way is I believe that particular door is locked from one side, and you're forced to go this way anyway.
Focus.
Okay. Okay, maybe it wasn't locked and I'm just plain crazy. Also, you can choose to jump back down here if you so wish to grab some additional treasures. And you can also choose to fight all the enemies down here too, just to gain some extra experience and things of that nature.
I'll reveal your true form.
Sure. Weak spot. Whatever you say, Mona. Excuse me. It's also a good idea to try to level up as much as humanly possible while you're navigating your way through these palaces. Just so that way you're more than prepared for anything and everything that may come your way. You never know, you may run into an adversary that is gonna make you regret challenging them, if you know what I mean.
Let's go.
You can hit their weak point. Joker took one out.
Okay.
Up to you.
Time for a zappity zap zap. That was easy.
A spectacular victory.
I'm not too sure if I mentioned this in the previous sessions or not, but when it comes to Merciless, there is something rather peculiar when it comes to it. And that is, when it comes to dealing, oh dear. As I was trying to say, when it comes to dealing with weaknesses and things of that nature,
Any skills that are good as weaknesses.
speaking of weaknesses, if anyone is hit with a weakness, or hit with technical damage, which we'll be going over probably later, what will happen is the damage received will be tripled. This goes for not only yourself, but also the enemies. So it's really debatable of whether or not Merciless mode for this game really is merciless. I mean, yeah, getting hit with triple damage from a weakness attack or technical damage is bad and all, but still, is it really that bad? Yeah, it can be for early game for sure, but not so much for late game. Just saying.
You can hit their weak point.
Alright. Let's finish things up nice and quick here.
Victory!
Also, the whole reason why I even came back down here in the first place was just so I could grab an extra treasure chest, which really is not all that useful in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, I am aware that my current percentage for the palace is at 44%, but really, it's not that big of a deal in this game. I mean, yeah, the enemies will come at you a little more mercilessly and will fight harder, but still. Huh? The hell is that?
How suspicious.
Looks like we might have found something. Let's check it out, Joker! So again, when it comes to the whole percentage thing, it's really not that big of a deal if it goes astronomically high in this game. Even maxing it out is not the worst idea ever. It's just the enemies will be coming at you like frickin' madmen. And it'll be incredibly difficult to navigate your way through the place.
If you do a baton pass, you might be
Even so,
weakness.
still not a bad idea every now and again, if you're feeling like living dangerously. Excuse me.
Incredible goal.
Just keep in mind that you can't do this in the original Persona 5, otherwise you'll risk getting kicked out of the palace completely, and that is a big fat no-no.
Too easy.
And it's really embarrassing if it happens, and it's just a complete botch. Plus it wastes precious time, which is something that you don't want to do.
That's pretty shady.
There's definitely something fishy over there. There's vines growing on the door, too. Yeah, by the looks of it, no one's been there for a long time. I wonder what's over there. Should we take a look?
Joker.
Hey, Joker, do you see that handle-like thing at the top of the arch? You might be able to get to the other side if you use your grappling hook there. No, really? I thought I would just be able to jump like I'm a frickin' superhero. Alright, let's open the door and see what we got. Well, this looks ominous.
This room seems different from everywhere else we've seen so far.
Yeah. And there's something super suspicious over there.
That's... Come on, follow me.
What is this?
Just what I thought. A will seed.
Will seed?
Palaces are locations that grew distorted from their original forms due to their rulers' cognitions. When such distortions coalesce into form, this is the result. I call it a will seed.
Distortions coalesce into will seeds?
Should I try explaining that again?
Just forget it. That's a will seed. Moving on.
So, what do we do with it?
We take it. It may not be as prized as a treasure, but it's still quite the rare find. Making it ours will only do us good. I think.
Is it really okay to take it?
Nothing shitty better happen when you take it. Like some trap going off, or we all end up cursed.
I'll give it a try anyway. Yoink!
Nice. The will seed is ours.
I guess nothing happened?
There are more of these around here somewhere. As far as I can tell, there are 2 of them left.
Huh? How can you tell? You smell them or something?
Yeah, like how dogs can... Oh, but you're a cat.
I am not a cat!
We should get moving.
I just seem like a cat.
Sure. Sure. So, will seeds are a Persona 5 Royal exclusive item. There are locations within a palace where the palace ruler's cognition is concentrated. Due to the cognitive distortion at those locations, items called will seeds will appear. There are 3 will seeds in each palace, with the exception of 1. where when you attain a will seed, you will recover a small amount of SP, which is absolutely vital. Use R1 to open the menu to view which will seeds you've collected. So, when it comes to the will seeds, the first 2 will seeds are kind of out in the open, allowing you to grab them so long as you know where they are. As far as the final will seed, and I believe this is always the blue one, the blue will seed is always guarded by an optional powerful enemy. So if you feel like going after it, then by all means, have fun. But seriously though, fighting it is a good idea, just so you get some additional experience, get some items, and also some potential level ups for early game and onward, really. So whenever you get the chance to fight one of these optional bosses, definitely do so.
Shadow's weaknesses. Ice.
Zap! Nice. Inflicted with shock. Sweet. So, one thing I haven't really talked about when it comes to shock is, it is a status ailment, yes, but if you happen to hit it with a physical attack or with a gun attack, then you'll deal technical damage. But if you attack it with a melee weapon while an enemy is still shocked, then what happens is there is a possibility that that particular ailment can be transferred to that character. So, if an enemy is shocked, try not to attack it with a melee attack, unless, of course, that the enemy is immune to gun damage, in which case use a Persona's physical attack or physical prowess ability, and you should be fine. Keyword is should.
You notice?
Hey, take a look at that! Oh, that matches up with the map. There's no doubt that that's the tower we're headed for. So the treasure's up there? Hell yeah, we did it! So where's the entrance? Guarded by some very angry men. Ugh, not again. It's no surprise that security would be tight around here. But as they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's go, Joker. So this area is technically guarded by a lot of powerful shadows, which, if you're playing through this game the first time, it's not recommended that you fight them. But New Game Plus playthroughs, go to town and have some fun. Wreck everyone's faces in. Oh, come on, really? That's a load of bull. Okay, that works. Get smacked. Alright, I do suppose we could technically try to persuade this guy, but as you can see, its level is grayed out. That means that particular enemy's level is greater than Joker, so if you try to ask it to lend you their power, it'll be like this. So that's how it is. You're a bit too cocky for me, Sonny. Get stronger and take this snooty heavy armor. So in other words, the persona may instead give you an item, some cash, or it may try to attack you again. You know, this belonged to my late wife, but I want you to have it. You should really think you'd actually stand a chance against King Kamoshida. Just again, if that happens, you do lose out on potential experience and cash, but still. Still something else to show off.
Show me your true form.
Alright, let's take everyone out. Have some fun, maybe wreck some faces or two. Zap! There we go. So, when it comes to knocking down all enemies, as I mentioned previously, it is recommended like 90% of the time to execute an all-out attack. But if you're not confident that the attack is going to deal enough damage to kill the enemy, then you can either talk to them to have them give you cash or an item, and that will end the battle right then and there, or you can do something like this instead and break formation. Break formation means that you get out of that all-out attack sort of situation, you give that up, and instead you can choose to execute an additional turn, such as healing, executing another move, executing a baton pass, and just finishing off the enemy. That's entirely up to you. Just keep in mind that the enemy will get back up eventually, so take it as you will. But like I said, most of the time it is still a good idea to execute an all-out attack whenever you can.
Huh? That was a little too easy.
Okay. So now that the Joker is at level 9, now we can finally see if we can, Oh, nice. Alright, let's ask you. Lend me your power. I recognize you, but I want to hear a story or two. Tell me what you've been up to lately. So, what this means, and what he's saying is that, technically speaking, I have captured him before, and we can skip the negotiation and just have him become our persona. But just to show off the negotiations, I'm gonna let him speak. Yeah, I thought so.
Better not make any wisecracks with this one.
So in other words, what Mona is saying is that the persona's personality is irritable. So... Okay, that was definitely not the right answer. If you see those kinds of symbols appear above the enemy's head, you are angering it. And you only got one more chance to turn it around. Otherwise, it's gonna get back up and try fighting again. If you're not confident of whether or not you're going to be able to recruit the persona, you could just execute an all-out attack right then and there, if you so wish. Let's see. You really paying? Okay, that was definitely not the right answer. Dang it! Well, whatever. Like I said, though, if you fail a negotiation, then the enemy will get back up and recover from their down state. So it's a pretty high risk, high reward sort of scenario.
Hell yeah!
Honestly, when it comes to my negotiation skills, I'm not very good at it. Let's be honest.
I can feel it.
As you can tell, I'm not very good at recruiting personas. But I have gotten by pretty well to complete 98% of the registry. Another way you can get personas is obviously fusing certain other personas. If you happen to have found earlier personas and then fused those personas with later personas, etc., etc. Oops. I want to use a skill, dang it. Okay, that works. So, at this point, there are a couple of ways where we can make our way through. We can do the stylish way or the long and tedious way. Let's go with the former! Whee! I love being Spider-Man! Holy shit. Got all the way to the roof in one go. Also, before we move on, we're going to make our way back down this way. I believe in the original Persona 5 you had to take the long way around because there was no grappling hook in that game. That was added in Royal. But even so, the long way really isn't that much longer versus the stylish way. Although, now that I think about it, I think it is longer. Quite a bit longer. But even so. Taking the long way around is not the worst thing in the world. It just means you'll have access to additional treasures. But, still, you can't beat flying around like a frickin' superhero in style. Now then. Time to get going. But, before we go, there's actually one little secret area up here. And funny enough, during my first playthrough, I almost completely missed this area. And it's very easy to miss as well. So first off, heading in here, we'll find ourselves a treasure chest. But, not only this, but there's also a grappling point. And another one right here. And here we are.
One of Kamoshida's will seeds, huh? Well, not for long. Let's take it for ourselves.
Indeed. Also, you may be wondering, what the hell is it that we're going to be doing with these will seeds? Well, once we get our hands on all 3 of these, something really good is going to happen. By the way, these will seeds are pure representations of, I believe, the 7 deadly sins. So, Kamoshida's will seeds are that of lust. There's also, I believe, some of greed, of envy, sorrow. Basically, the 7 deadly sins represent these different will seeds. So, that's pretty neat, I think. I could be wrong in that regard, but still.
Wait!
What's going on? The distortion is getting stronger. The treasure has got to be nearby. I have to agree with you there, Mona. We're actually getting pretty close to the top, believe it or not. But there's still a bit of exploring left to do in this place. Huh? What's this? The hell? Is it a trap? Could be a hidden room. Let's check it out, Joker. Indeed we will, in a minute. For now, we have some other business to take care of first. Let's smack some fools upside the head. That and also unlock some doors, grab some treasures, and, you know, everything else in between. Goodbye. Yeah, that was pretty stylish, Mona. I like ye.
Okay.
A stylish victory. Oh.
Okay, let's see what we got in here. Also, if you really want to go after all of the locked treasure chests in this place, you're going to have to make multiple trips to and from Kamoshida's palace in order to make more and more lockpicks. So that's something to keep in mind. But again, you don't have to worry about this during New Game Plus, so long as you made the permapick. Once you make that thing, you're good. You don't need to make lockpicks ever again. Lend me your power. There's no need to speak. So, now with that bypassed, Earth is now ours. So if you're unsure of whether or not you've added a particular persona to your registry, if you immediately jump into the negotiation phase, or if the persona... Okay, what I'm trying to say is, if you go straight to negotiations when you're trying to recruit personas and whatnot, then that means that persona has not yet been added to the registry. But if it already has, then the persona will be like, wait, why don't we talk a little bit? It's been a while since we last spoke to each other. What do you say? And you can choose to say, nah, there's no need for that. Just come to me immediately. Okay? Okay. And like I said, I've completed like 98% of the registry. And if you were here at the very beginning of the stream, you may have noticed I made an additional save file on file number 15, where I'm a lot further along. Well, that's because I decided to turn that particular file into, like, a quote-unquote speedrun file of sorts, which, at some point later in the game, we will be able to take on what I believe to be the strongest super bosses in the entire game. And I'm kind of setting up that particular file, plus I'm going to be making one more later down the line to take on those super bosses. And when I say take on, I mean take them on. And for anyone who knows what I'm talking about, you'll know soon enough. But for now, let's get back to business. Back to the whole Kamoshida crap, if you know what I mean. Okay, moving on. Before we continue forward and head on up the stairs, let's actually take a look at this other area right here. This is a rather disturbing looking elevator. Oh. Excuse me. So, technically speaking, this is kind of a shortcut back to the very beginning of the dungeon. Hey, where are we? Well, Ryuji, I'll gladly answer that question, even though I technically already did. Like I said, this is a shortcut towards the very beginning of the palace. And there's a reason we're going this way.
This has to be a joke.
What the heck? This is disgusting! Either way, it's kind of strange that this would be our dead end. How about we investigate that? Boop! This looks familiar. It's the entrance hall. Have you already forgotten? I didn't realize we would end up here.
You notice?
Hey, look! There used to be tons of soldiers wandering around, but I don't see any of them now. So now that we're back in the beginning area, we can do a little bit of additional exploring within the foyer, which is pretty sweet. So again, we can use, we can pull some switches, activate some previously locked doors, and just overall have a bit of an easier time navigating this place. So if we ever need to make a quick escape and then we need to return to the halfway point in the dungeon without fast traveling, this is a way to go. Oh right, there's still one more thing I've yet to show off. The whole reason why I even came back here in the first place. Believe it or not, there is a second elevator in the previous room, but it's not activated yet, so we have to come back in here anyway in order to pull this lever. In which case, that particular elevator becomes activated. Oh, something's moving! Are those gears? I see! I bet we can access an area that we couldn't before. Good eye, Joker. Thanks, Mona. You best boy. No matter what others say. Just saying. So, like I said, if you try to descend...
Oh, I get it now.
Yep. As I was saying, if you try to activate this elevator earlier without activating the gears first, then you would not be able to descend further. And here is a completely optional area. I sense something. Could it be?
Joker.
One of those doors that must be nearby. Let's try to find it, which is right here. Hey, over there! That viney door. We probably need to get in there, but it's guarded pretty well.
Man.
Right again. I can sense a will seed beyond the door, but it's gonna be rough going. Indeed. So like I said, the final will seed, which is typically the blue seed, is always guarded by an optional powerful enemy. So you're going to need to be at a pretty decent level before you can take it on with confidence. And make sure you have some good personas by your side as well, otherwise you're going to be in some serious trouble. So if you're not confident in fighting these guys yet, you can always go back to a previous safe room, save your progress, and then challenge it. And if you get your ass royally handed to you, then go grind for a bit. Afterwards, come back and fight him. However you choose to do it is up to you, but be sure to fight him before you complete the palace, because once the palace is complete, there's no going back, and that will be explained later.
Now then.
Looks like this one's extra tough. Joker, are you doing this now? Indeed we are. There you are! You're not taking another step!
What?
I guess we'll have to step on you first. Let's do this! Ugh! What the hell is that? Please take this game seriously. Yeah, this is definitely grounds for something highly inappropriate. So as far as this thing, the Torn King of Desire, it's an optional boss, and I'm not sure what its weakness is. You can still hit it with physical attacks and deal normal damage, but all other elemental-like damages and things of that nature, yeah, it's gonna be a rough ride. But you can still inflict status elements on it, which is good. Nice! Technical damage, I like it. So, if you try to talk to one of these guys and try to request money, one item, have them lend you their power, they're gonna be like, no, F off, buddy. I ain't doing shit. So again, if their health is low enough, or if you want to deal some extra damage and deal a huge amount of pain, go all out. Bazinga. And it's dead. And that's all there is to it. Nice.
Huh? You got a new skill?
Cool.
All right.
Hell yeah! Let's swipe this Will See to get out of here. I am so done with this place. We're all almost there here. We're almost through here. Just hang in there, Panther. Also, due to the way that monster was shaped, it has a bit of an eye towards Lady On, and really any lady people in your party. So, if you're going to protect someone, or have to execute guard, let it be On. Just saying. So, after gathering all 3 will seeds, they'll all combine into one, giving us, for this palace at least, the Crystal of Lust.
Whoa.
What the hell was that? Again, I don't even know how to describe it. Come on, Mona, you never told us what these will seeds will do. So that's what happens. I never expected that. I mean, I never expected anything less than that to happen. Now that's our Mona. Well, I am quite brilliant. What really matters is the power I'm sensing from it. Maybe it could give us an upper hand somehow in the future. Wait, we're just taking it? I'm not totally sure that's a good idea.
Listen up.
A Phantom Thief makes use of any available tool to accomplish a mission. Who knows what we'll find next? If we find ourselves in a situation where this could be useful, let's see what it can do. So gathering all 3 will seeds is very viable because it can grant you a very, very helpful item for that particular dungeon. So the Crystal of Lust will grant us an ability known as Diorama, which restores a medium amount of HP to one ally. But there's actually more to these crystals than meets the eye. As you can see, I have a bunch of rings and other things like that. Well, a little bit later in the game, we'll be able to convert these crystals into something even more powerful. So in other words, this isn't even their final form yet. Their true final form is yet to be unleashed. And once it does become unleashed, it'll become some of the best items you can get in the game. But not the best, but still some of the best. Just saying. So if you happen to get your hands on these crystallized items, don't be afraid to equip them for the dungeon. But because this is New Game Plus and I already have the stuff I have and what I need equipped, there's really no need to equip these items for me personally. But of course, when I first played through this game, yeah, I equipped these items like there was no tomorrow. As the abilities provided are actually really damn good. At least most of them are. Now then, time to continue now, shall we? Ooh, these look nice. Bye-bye. What's really fun about the first couple of dungeons is that you can get by just by shooting your gun at everyone and everything, at least for the most part. The exception are the horseback enemies known as Berks, I think? In other words, these guys, because they are completely immune to guns. Yeah, they're known as Birth. Or Berth? Whatever. You get the idea. These guys, you can't shoot with the gun. They're completely immune and you're just wasting ammo. Just saying. Goodbye. Goodbye. Man, I love doing that. So, like I was saying before, when it comes to Joker's personas, depending on the persona he has equipped, will determine the attack value and really his values in general. So, if you equip a weaker persona that has very low stats, then that also affects Joker's abilities. So keep this in mind. So if you equip someone overpowered like Izagami Noakami Picaro or Sentinel, then go to town, have some fun, blow people to smithereens. Ooh, another Dire Shadow. Okay. Say goodnight. Man, I love doing that. Just keep in mind, if you're going to attack a Dire Shadow or Disaster Shadow, whatever it's called, just be sure you attack it hard enough that you're able to kill it in one go. Otherwise, it will counterattack and it will completely wreck your face. Otherwise, it'll just stand around and groan and do absolutely nothing. Just saying. Time for a zappity zap zap. Man, I love doing that. Nice. Another level up. I like it. Also, you may be wondering, why isn't I'm still sticking to a weaker persona like Silky? And I'm not working on leveling up other personas that are more valuable, like, oh, I don't know, Izagami Noakami Picaro. Well, that's because higher level personas require a hell of a lot more experience to level up. So, leveling up a high level persona in this place is really not viable at all, so don't even try it, I'm just saying. There we go. Oh, hello, enemy reinforcements. This was unexpected, but this is fine. Because, bada bing, bada boom, everyone dies. Nice. One thing I will say about enemy reinforcements is that it does not happen very often, especially at a low security level in these palaces. But if you raise the security level higher, then it becomes more commonplace that you're going to be encountering at least 2 or 3 waves per fight. But this also means you'll gain additional experience overall, Because the more enemies you kill, the more experience you gain, and the more cash you obtain, etc., etc. It's basically basic RPG 101, for the most part. Just saying, most RPGs work exactly like this. The exception being Undertale. That works completely different. Because it actually means something else entirely. Just saying. Excuse me. What's cooking good looking? Ugh, seeing this face pisses me off every goddamn time. That's this statue. No, it must be dangerous to tamper with it. Let's keep going for now. Sure. Oh, of course. Walled off. Whoa, hi! Whoa, that was close! Wait, what is this? It's a classic security measure. My tail might be in danger if we try to force our way through. Oh yeah, same for panthers. Same for panthers. So, what do we do? No way we're getting through here as is. Are you sure about that?
Hey, look.
Yo, you think this controls those swinging things? Perhaps. Really? There's no reaction. I didn't think it would be that easy. We'll probably need some kind of key for it. We gotta look for a key again? What a pain in the ass. Where would it be, though? There weren't any suspicious rooms on the way here.
Joker.
What do you think, Joker? I'm pretty sure an enemy has the key. That probably would be the most likely scenario. An enemy? You know, one of them shadows that's roaming around?
No way, man.
Dude, how many of them do you think there are? We can't beat the crap out of all of them. Oh, I beg to differ. The key is in this tower, so it would have to be one of the shadows around here. On top of that, it would have to be a relatively high-ranking one.
Yes.
Then we just need to look for a shadow like that and defeat them.
That's
Let's do this, Joker. We need to find the shadow with that key. And funny enough, even though it looks like we only need one key to progress, we actually need two. And you'll soon see what I mean. But, in order to figure out who the hell has the key, we just go by process of elimination. And it's really as simple as that. Eliminate everyone in their path until we find our target. Although I'm pretty sure the target that you're looking for is automatically highlighted. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Still, I'm just saying. Okay. There you go. Wow, you actually are begging for your life? This is a first. Well then, lend me your power. For real? Thanks for saving me. Wait, talking to you made me remember something. I'm not a shadow that belongs here. I used to be in the humans' sea of souls. I'm Succubus. I mean, I'm you after all, so let's hope we get along. Succubus. Hilarious. Okay.
not bad.
Indeed. At least we got another mask added to our arsenal, so that's pretty good. And it also means we can fuse to a more powerful persona if need be, which honestly is not a bad idea. Oof. Well, that was definitely peculiar. There, end this quickly. Zap! Dead! There we go.
Nice work, team.
I know I haven't exactly been keeping up on healing everyone all the time, which is pretty bad considering, but even so.
I can feel it.
Okay. At least we're getting closer to finding our target.
There's a dangerous one
There we go. Oh, crap. Thanks, Ryuji. You're the best.
Less attacks will shut it down. Enemy defeated. Skull, give me more.
So, you may be wondering, how is sleep bad? Well, simply put, if you happen to be hit by a physical attack or hit by gun damage, then that will deal technical damage and knock down that party member, granting an enemy an additional turn, which is bad. Like, really, really bad, especially for Merciless. You do not want that to happen to you. Alright, time for our next mini-boss, Elegor. So, as far as this enemy's weakness is concerned, it is weak to electricity. It's a pretty high-ranking official, so be sure you're prepared to fight this thing. But if you manage to knock it down, go ahead and go to town. Nice. All-out win. I like ye. Alright, that takes care of one key.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, that shadow did have something, but what the hell is this? An eye? Ooh, I just figured it out. That must be how we stop those scythes. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, the statue didn't have eyes. Ugh, how much grosser can he get? So this is gonna stop those things, huh? Well, we'll need one more. Another guard captain probably has it. Let's try checking the other floors, Joker.
They were nothing.
So when it comes to the second captain is unique. Why? Because we have to play which one is the real one. Crap, they all look like high-ranking soldiers. How are we gonna have to... Are we gonna have to beat all of them? That would work, but there should only be one actual guard captain among them. Do you have any way to tell them apart, Joker? I think you, of all people, would have the skills to figure out which is the real one. Which I believe can easily be figured out by the use of the third eye ability. Looks like they're gone now. I'll leave up our next move up to you, Joker. So, in other words, we're going to save first, and then we're going to pay this next captain a little visit and have a nice friendly little chat. Because why not, right? Actually, before I do that, I'm going to see if I can fuse these personas.
Do you need something?
Alright, let's head back to the Velvet Room. We still got a bit of work to do yet. Alright, let's see what we can get out of this.
Time for let's execute.
Normal fusion. Also, one other thing I haven't mentioned yet is that you can also fuse by results, which means that you'll know exactly what personas you're going to get by fusing specific personas together. But is it really worth it? That's entirely up to you.
Excessive power only leads.
Okay, I can't quite fuse these guys yet, which is unfortunate.
Finished for. Are you finished? What?
Oops. I wanted to head back, not continue.
Are you finished? What? No slacking off.
Yeah, it really stinks that you can't fuse personas of higher levels, but you can pull those higher level personas out of the registry if you so wish. It's really weird. But there is going to be a remedy for that a little bit later down the line. Anyway, to figure out who the captain is, it's really not that difficult to do, as I believe the captain is always the same persona like Shadow no matter what. I can't believe that worked. Alright. This is who I wanted.
Another one of these?
That shadow has a lot of health. This'll be a pain. Joker, I taught you how to strike your opponent's weaknesses, right? If you could blind it or put it to sleep, you'd have an easier time doing real damage to it.
Funny enough, it's very true, and this tutorial is now explaining the whole technical attacks. Technical damage are, it's some of the best sort of techniques you can execute in the entire game, especially on Merciless, since technical damage and weakness damage is tripled.
Guess you are good for something, Skull.
Zap!
On the ground. Nice going, Skull. This'll
Say goodnight.
That's all she wrote.
Hell yeah!
All right.
That takes care of that.
All right.
Sweet! We got both of the bastard's eyes! Let's go stop those swinging things and not make an Indiana Jones movie. Especially ones that involve crystal skulls. You know what I mean, folks? Although I can't really say if that's really as bad as people make it out to be because I have not seen the movie. Okay. Hell, I haven't even seen the original trilogy. Also, despite the fact that the guard captain is technically already gone, the remaining enemies will still be around, so you'll have to knock them out of your way if you wish to continue. Or you can sneak past them too, that's another way to go about it. But again, it's entirely up to you how you want to go about it. I still recommend fighting everyone you see, just so that way you're able to gain experience for everyone.
Go down.
Goodbye.
We're done here. Let's go. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Alright, level 11. Finally, now we can fuse ourselves a new persona. Well, new is not exactly the right term to use, but you get the idea.
I'll reveal your true form.
The first move is ours.
Alright, time to clean up some trash.
Keep it up.
I selected the wrong target. Oops. Whatever, it's not a big deal. Bam! Dead!
Skull, give me more. A spectacular victory.
Man, I love doing that. Also, it may sound like On is firing like a gun that's firing at 500 plus RPM, which is rounds per minute, but in actuality, she's only firing like one bullet every time you hold down the X button. Like one bullet every second or so. Like 1 to 2 bullets per second. I'm not sure why that is. I feel as though it's a bit of an anomaly. Perhaps it makes more sense with the original Persona 5, as you start with way more ammo, but ammo is not replenished in between battles. Instead, it's only replenished after you leave a palace. But even so, I'm just saying.
Let's execute him. What
Alright, fuse my results.
I see. A strong persona indeed.
Let's see, this looks pretty good, and so does Jack Frost. And funny enough, with Jack Frost, we'll actually get a Confidant rank bonus. So if you happen to have a Confidant established for that particular persona when it's assigned, you'll gain some additional bonus XP. The higher the Confidant rank, the more XP that persona will receive. So, that's something.
Select the skills you'd like to
So, with that, let's go ahead and bring over some skills. I think I'll bring over this. And, let's see. Hang on, what abilities do you have? Okay.
select the skills you'd like to
Obviously,
enhance.
we're bringing that over. And I think I'll bring over this.
Will it gain new power? I wonder. Then let us begin.
Okay. I know Jack Frost technically may not have been the best choice to fuse a persona into, but even so, we could still potentially fuse into something even more powerful. Like,
You can't handle
this. But we can't quite do that yet. We are still under leveled by 2, unfortunately.
It is time.
Okay. Funny enough, getting your hands on a Jack Frost, you don't really get your hands on something like that until a little bit later down the line. But being able to get it this early in the game is honestly pretty good. Granted, I know I got Sentinel and Izagami on my side, along with Lucifer. But again, I don't want to rely on their powers all that much unless I want to completely decimate everyone around me. In other words, if I'm absolutely desperate and I'm about to die. In which case, Izagami will come out to play and wreck everyone. And completely destroy the world. Just saying. Come on, hit, dang it! Thank you. Zap! Goodbye. Man, that feels good. I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet or not, but baton passing is definitely something you want to try to aim for, especially during your first playthrough, as baton passing not only increases attack power from your party, but it grants you additional attacking opportunities, additional turns, and it just makes things go by a lot easier. Just saying. Perhaps. Nice. That wasn't exactly my intention, but hey, whatever works, and also gave me the opportunity to show off Jack Frost and what it can do. Granted, it is still a weak persona. In fact, most of these personas are pretty damn weak. Not until you can get your hands on even more powerful ones later in the game, like much later. Like the aforementioned Sentinel and Izagami Noakami Picaro and things like that.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, we can get across. Okay, that felt good. Now then, time to continue. Also, you may be wondering, how do we get our hands on that one treasure chest that was blocked by a wall? It's actually really simple. Just go around the other way. Well, didn't quite finish him off with the bullets, but we still have another ace up our sleeve. Zap! Man, I love doing that.
Alright.
Okay. I believe that is the treasure chest that was blocked. Actually, no, it isn't. There's still more.
I can feel it.
I knew there was a grapple point around here.
Treasure chest spotted.
Okay, there we go. By the way, that particular treasure chest can be easy to miss. Just because you would think, oh, that was the chest I'm looking for. No, it wasn't. It's a red herring, but you can still open it and gain a very valuable item regardless. Still, just saying. Alright, here we are, folks. We finally made it to the top of the tower.
A treasure chest. Let's open it.
Show me your
Sure, after we beat this guy to a bloody pulp. And his friends. Well, that was unfortunate. I thought maybe I could go blasty blasty and kill the SOB, but nah. Of course not. That would be too easy.
Okay.
Okay. So, like I was saying, we did finally make it to the top of the tower. And there's also another save room right here. It's very important to have this available. Just so that way we can get back up here really, really quickly. It may seem like it's pointless, but trust me, it is far from it.
I can feel it.
Oh, boy. Okay, before we go anywhere else, there's one more area we need to get access to, which is right here. Again, these items can be easily missable. Honestly, items in this game aren't the most helpful things around, except those that restore both HP and SP. Those are godsend items. Okay, we're in. Quiet down, you idiot! Oh shit, it's Kamoshida!
No.
And a ton of soldiers. Have you not captured the intruders yet? I apologize, my liege.
Okay, let's go.
I bet he'd never imagined we're in the same room as him. Come on, let's keep moving. And also try not to raise any attention. Doing so, I don't think would result in an instant game over or anything like that. And really, I think if you get too close, then Morgana will be like, wait, what the hell are you doing? Don't do that, you dummy. What are you doing? We're gonna get caught if you go that way. So in other words, yeah, don't do it. Okay.
Focus.
Well, here we are. Made it past Kamoshida and this merry band of pointless goons, and here we are. This sturdy-looking door is pretty promising. Let's head inside.
Oh, what is this place? Holy shit! That treasure thing's gotta be in here.
That's a weird-looking portal thing.
What's this? It's floating in the air.
That's the treasure. We finally found it.
Are you sure?
Just hold on a second. I was planning on telling you more once we made it this far. Simply finding the treasure isn't enough. We'll need to make it materialize before we can steal it.
What do you mean?
Desires have no physical form by nature. Hence, we'll first need to make the real person aware that their desires are in fact a treasure. Once they're conscious that their desires might be stolen, the treasure will finally show itself.
But how do we do that?
We warn them. Tell them, we're going to steal your heart.
So we're gonna send a calling card? Oh, that's totally what a phantom thief would do!
Once we do that, the treasure will appear for certain. I think.
That again? Either way, sounds like it's worth giving it a shot.
Our infiltration route is secure. All that's left now is to pump out a calling card in reality, then come back to take the treasure.
This is it, huh?
Alright, let's do this.
That's the spirit. Once we send out the calling card, there will be no turning back. Just let me know when you're ready. We'll head back to the hideout and send out that calling card.
Alright, so at this point the infiltration route has been secured. All that remains is to send the calling card to Kamoshida. And rub it in his stupid, idiotic, patronizing face. We've secured our route, so what should we do now? Do you want to head out for today? Yes, indeed.
Hey,
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here before Kamoshida finds us. Funny enough, there is actually a pretty big difference between Persona 5 the animation and the game. In the game, as you've seen, all four of the initial party members are there for when the treasure is found. But in the animation, it's only Joker, Skull, and Mona. And they don't know that Ann was in danger until they hear her scream from all the way across the frickin' map, from the top of the tower. How? Rushed. Honestly, I don't get it either. But still. Now that our infiltration route is secured, And we gotten all 3 will seeds. There's really no reason to stick around. We gotten everything we need, so let's head on out, return to reality, and get ready for endgame of Kamoshida's palace.
Alright.
Okay. All we gotta do now is steal the treasure that shows up, yeah? It's finally time. But we need to send the calling card first. When should we do it? Just hold on. Let's retreat for now. Then we can talk more about that stuff back at the hideout. Oh, and well done today. Thanks, Mona. You all did great too. So, after leaving a palace, or another dungeon later, when leaving a palace, your progress will be shown in the infiltration log. Your teammates will also comment on how far you have left to go. And there's nothing more satisfying than seeing that infiltration log completely filled out on your first or second go. I am dead freaking serious. That is probably the most satisfying thing you'll ever see in this game, or at least one of the most satisfying things, because it means that you're making great progress in one go. And honestly, you should complete as much as you possibly can on your first trip, if possible. And only leave the palace when you feel it's necessary, like if you're really low on health, you're out of resources, and you need to make an escape. In which case, you can leave the palace, come back and fight another day once you restock on some things, and fast travel back to where you previously were and continue your infiltration from there. Just saying though, it does take a bit of time, but it is worth it in the end, especially in New Game Plus where you can pretty much do everything on your first or second trip, unless you're kicked out for story reasons. But that's not here or there. Let's continue. We finally secured our route to the treasure. All we need to do now is send the calling card.
Hey,
You better not be up to any trouble. You make just one mistake and your life's over. Instead of hanging around, you should be studying or something. If there aren't any customers, you can use the shop. Thank you. You don't need to thank me. I'm just telling you to stay out of trouble. If you're gonna study, then use that table. Just don't leave the place covered in eraser crumbs either, alright? Oh, that's right. One of my customers mentioned that the counter's a pretty comfortable place to read. Well, your time's yours to spend. Just make sure it's after my customers are gone. Oh hey, if you want to clean the shop, I'm not gonna turn you down. The cleaning stuff's in the bathroom. So, spending time at LeBlanc, in the evening you'll be able to engage in a variety of activities that will help in your daily life. You can study and improve your knowledge at the table, and at the counter, you can read and learn about various topics. Using the cleaning tools in the restroom will improve your kindness. If you spot a crossword puzzle on the table at the far end, you can give it a try. If you successfully solve the puzzle, you'll improve your knowledge without time passing. Or in other words, look up the answer, and you're good to go. And you get free knowledge XP. You back home yet? I'm pooped. It hit me like a goddamn ton of bricks right when I sat down. Well, I guess we did walk pretty far in. I'm glad we found that treasure thing, though. So Kamoshida will turn into a good guy if we steal that, huh? Either way, it's up to you when we send the card, Banjo. Call us over to the hideout when you're ready. Got it. See ya.
The real challenge is coming up. I hope you're ready.
And funny enough, he's right when it comes to that. So, there are several crosswords that you can choose to partake in. Each of them have their own series of hints and passwords, answers, etc.
Oh.
But for now, let's clean up this room. Actually, before I do that, this is how you would normally receive your DLC, by scanning your storage box. What a huge cardboard box! Oh, that's your stuff in there. So with that, we received some additional DLC and a black rock. It's not really that helpful. And we also obtain a blank card, but since we're maxed out, it cannot be received. If you have save data from the original Persona 5, you can receive various benefits. However, I don't have that save data, so I don't know what those benefits are. But regardless, you can access save data benefits at any time by accessing the cardboard box in your room. Again, I'm not 100% sure what those benefits are. If anyone has any ideas what they are, feel free to let me know either in the chat, or if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, let me know in the comments section.
Oh.
For now, let's clean our room, clean this crap up.
Oh.
Oh look, that plant is still alive. We can decorate with it. Boop. Even a dreary room can be brightened up with a little green foliage. Let's take good care of this plant so it won't dry up and wither away.
Okay.
This is a good opportunity. The bookshelves over there are looking a bit messy. Let's clean everything up while we're at it. Not a bad idea. Funny enough, I believe that's completely optional, but it's still a good idea to do it anyway. For a little bit later. Politics, law, and philosophy. These all sound like some pretty difficult books. Take one at least. A little bit of effort will go a long way. Take this too. It should be an easy read, right? I wonder why this one is mixed in with all these difficult books. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This room feels a little more comfortable now. And just as I had predicted, we found a treasure, but it's a CRT TV. We can't watch any broadcasts without a tuner. Hell, even with a tuner, you can't really do much with it nowadays because old TV signals are converted to digital. So in other words, analog signals are completely null and void. They've been like this for like the past few decades, like since 2006, 2007, something like that. Even so, you don't really see CRT TVs used too often anymore. It'd be a waste to just let it sit here though. Is there a place where we can get home appliances for cheap? Well, technically there is, but we can't access it right now. Anyway, good work. Might as well get some sleep while we can. So after cleaning our room and cleaning the bookshelf and the plant and things like that, the day automatically ends. I thought I'd get a girlfriend once I was in high school, but I'm not having any luck at all. Also, hello there. Is there something wrong with me? Maybe self-improvement is the answer. Try reading some books. You'll get more than just some knowledge out of them, and it'll make you better in conversation. It'll be more desirable if you're more intelligent. It'll take hard work though, won't happen overnight. No duh. Yeah, but books make me sleepy. Guess I can give it a go though. If it'll help me make me more popular with the ladies. Is the library where you go to borrow books?
Nice.
Reading books is an important way to expand your mind. And I have to agree with that, though I'm not the biggest fan of books out there, but still, I guess books are great for what they are.
Oh.
I totally agree. You can apparently read for free at the school library, so you should try and take advantage of that. I think there's also a bookstore over on Central Street. Indeed. Very, very true.
Let's get started.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Mr. Hiruda, your biology teacher. You must all be shocked by what happened with Suzui-san. It was a shock for me, too. Although I can relate to how she felt. Her eyes were devoid of life as they looked upon this sad, hopeless world. Well, I suppose everyone views the world differently. Let's have a test.
Try to answer.
You there, take a look at this. Between A and B, which line seems longer? Well, funny enough, you can actually have the answers revealed to you if you have connected yourself to the Thieves Network. So in other words, if you're playing the game online, push the touchpad and you'll have the answer revealed to you. Always go with the majority vote, because the majority vote is always right. I'm just saying. Although I believe when this game first came out, that wasn't the case, and people had to guess on their own. But even so, just saying, nowadays, since this game is several years old, majority rule always wins.
This is it. You do know.
That's correct. It seems your eyes can see the truth. This is an optical illusion. Some people see it correctly and some do not. When I first saw this, I thought line B was longer, but no, it's actually both. Both lines are the same. Isn't it strange that they view the same image differently? Humans don't see the world as it is. We simply process visual information with our brain. Wow, really? Kazooie-kun seems kind of smart, doesn't he? Well, actually, I have to thank the internet for that. Wow, you must be really smart to be able to answer a question like that. And when you answer a question correctly, you'll gain some additional points towards your knowledge stat, which is very vital for all activities, just saying. How you see the world is nothing more than a trick of the mind. Is it all mere cognition? It is all mere cognition. There is no proof that the world each of us sees is the same.
I see.
I'm sure this isn't totally foreshadowing something for much later in the game, right? Right? How you see the world depends on your brain's cognition, huh? Optical illusions in the metaverse might be more similar than you think. Well, you know what they say, you learn something new every day.
Okay.
Sending the calling card is a make-or-break decision, so really think on it, okay? I'm sure both Ryuji and Lady Honor are uneasy too. So make sure you talk to them about it, okay? Hey, where are you at right now? I haven't gone home yet. I'm still at school too. I'm by the staircase outside your classroom. Think we should head into the palace today? I haven't quite decided yet. Hey, I thought of something the other day when we were running around the palace. Maybe it's because I haven't been moving around as much lately, but I feel like I'm getting weak. We're probably going to run into some pretty tough shadows sometimes. We should try and get stronger too. It's sunny outside, perfect for training, so you want to get your blood pumping?
Wow.
Seems like even Ryuji has a lot on his mind. It's true that training your body will let you be able to move when it counts. So, confidants may sometimes send you invitations to hang out with them. Confidants will send invitations to spend time with them via IM. Some messages will be important, so be sure to read them all. You can accept the invitation by responding to the message, but there's no need to reply immediately. Text messages that have not been responded to will have a hold by the message. Wait too long to respond and the invitation will expire. Not every IM needs a reply. Accept the invitation from people you're interested in.
Okay.
He went to the trouble of inviting you, so why not listen to what he has to say? You can also view other IMs and other replies that you've yet to figure out yet by pushing square and viewing any and all messages. So, like the game was telling you, if you take too long to reply to these messages and stuff, you're gonna miss out on some opportunities. But still, it's really not that bad if you miss out. I mean, it really depends on the person. Some messages you do need to prioritize over others, so be sure to keep this in mind. Especially for when you want to max out confidants. Before we head on off and send the calling card, there's still some things we need to do. Come to think of it. Return here whenever you wish. It shall be of your own accord. That's what he told me. But how do I do that? It's actually really simple. A lot of these areas will have access to the Velvet Room, as seen here.
Hey, inmate! I was waiting.
Our master awaits. Please come this way. Won't someone see us? Sheesh. Looks like someone's a big fan of 300. So you've come. How does it feel slipping into the unusual from your usual life? Our master has arranged an access point to assist you in coming here directly from the real world. That door you just went through is it. Be thankful, inmate. This too shall aid in your rehabilitation. Make good use of it. And indeed we shall, though not quite at this very moment. Although, maybe we can do something. Actually, no, we can't. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Might as well unlock the place for later anyway. Investigating the Velvet Room and just doing stuff in there, it doesn't waste any time whatsoever, so feel free to come and go into that room as you please. And accessing it the first time in the real world grants you a quick travel point for later, so that's pretty nice. Alright, let's go to the back streets of Yongen before we continue. I think there's something else I can buy here, right? Or not. Well, that stinks. Alrighty then. Go back to Central Street. So you may be wondering, what the hell is it can we do here? Well, of course, you can go around and buy some stuff if you need to. Like if you need to make some additional prep work for palaces and palace infiltration. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and buy some more protein, and for garden energy, I think I'll buy 5 more of these. There we go. As the game progresses, this shop will have more and more items. So that's something to keep in mind. Nope, your voice is too high-pitched, woman. Okay. That was definitely not what I wanted to do. But hey, whatever works, I guess. Okay. I think we've done basically everything that we wanted to do here, so... Go ahead and sell some stuff. Bazinga. Like I said, selling treasures is always a good idea.
I'll just add this.
So, just in case something goes wrong, let's go ahead and save here. And get ready to head to the hideout and send the calling card.
Alright. All that's left now is to send out the calling card and take Kamoshida's heart.
Couldn't we have just sent one at the beginning of all this?
It's not that simple. A treasure won't stay materialized forever. Once the impression is gone, the treasure will disappear. I think it'll last around a day at most.
The hell? That's like no time at all. Anyways, we can send a calling card right now, yeah? Let's do it and steal that bastard's heart.
Now.
The palace will go away once you take the treasure. Make sure you've done everything you need to do. And he's absolutely right about this. So, sending out a calling card. Be mindful of the following things when sending out the calling card. Complete all preparations before issuing the calling card. Once the decision is made, you will return home and begin the next day at the palace. You won't be able to return to a palace after you've sent out the calling card and obtained the treasure. Be sure not to miss any treasure caches. You can enter the palace to look for items or personas without sending out the calling card. However, be aware of the time remaining. And this is very true, especially if you feel like you're underleveled. Don't be afraid to just go back into the palace and grind some more if you need to. And if you're missing out on some will seeds, return to the palace and grab those will seeds before sending out the calling card. Otherwise, there's no going back. Speaking of not going back, if you happen to send a calling card and then happen to get defeated, in other words, die, it will result in a game over. But you can technically undo that action after the game over sequence is finished. So what that means is, if you were defeated and you did some stuff to prepare for the calling card the night prior after selecting this action, then those actions are technically erased, kind of, and are sent back to the day prior. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're planning on sending out the calling card, be sure to save progress beforehand after you made all your prep work and taken care of everything you needed to do. Once you're ready, send the calling card.
I've been waiting to hear you say that. Tomorrow's finally the day.
So we send the calling card in the morning and carry out the plan by the end of the day, right?
Correct. The effect won't last that long. Are you worried?
Waited too long.
Perfect.
Going to pull this off no matter what.
So, who's going to write the card?
Leave it to me.
Why?
Why? Why wouldn't it be me?
This is important. Are you sure you can handle the pressure?
I must agree.
I really want to get him good. Let me write it. Come on, please.
Alright, sure.
Yeah, I got this.
Hey, are you sure about this? If they find out our identities, all this work will be for nothing.
I know.
Alright then. Tomorrow it is. You'd better not slack off on this.
Indeed. By the way, one other thing I haven't mentioned about calling cards is that you can technically hold off on sending out the calling card until the second to last day of the deadline. But keep in mind that sending out the calling card early and completing the palace as fast as humanly possible is still the best way to go. So that way, your remaining time that you have left can be spent with confidants and working on other things and raising social stats, etc., etc. Just because you seem to be taking school seriously doesn't mean I'm keeping an eye on you, got it? I'll know what's what as soon as I see your grades. Want to prove you're turning over a new leaf? Make studying your second biggest habit after breathing. I mean, he is caring after all. Yeah, there's so much I want to write on the calling card. It's kind of tough to figure out what to say. Are you sure you're really capable of this? Don't worry, I got it. I even made a logo for us. A logo? Yep, you'll get to see it tomorrow. Well, that's worrying. Anyway, you guys should rest up. If we screw up tomorrow, we're totally done for. I'm counting on you guys. Yep, I'm sure we can do this. Just remember, we can't trust any shitty adults. That's why we gotta do this ourselves. Anyway, let's pull this off and surprise everyone! So, like I was saying, you can technically hold off on sending out the calling card until the second to last day, which is, I believe, April 30th for this particular scenario, which is the calling card deadline. If you secure the infiltration route by this date, then the calling card is sent out automatically on this date no matter what. Just keep in mind, if you happen to not be able to do this in time and you're one day too late, then you are screwed, and it results in a game over. So, plan your time accordingly, and try to complete palaces as soon as humanly possible. Just so that way you have more than enough time to prepare, and also more than enough time to get everyone prepped up, turn them into beef boys, beef gals, etc., into beef feline. Make everyone as buff as possible, and make sure everyone's ready for when you're ready to send out the calling card. And be sure to do it as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you're going to be shitting the bed, and it ain't going to be fun. Okay. I thought about saving again, but there's really no need to do it right now. Now then. I apologize if I outstayed my welcome. Okay. Well, by the way, if you want to hang out and really do some things over here within LeBlanc, whether it be cleaning or reading or studying, you have to make sure all customers are cleared out. You can do this easily by speaking to the customers or listening to what they have to say. Sometimes it may take 2 or 3 attempts before they finally leave, but eventually when they do leave, then LeBlanc is all yours. So, time to show off the restroom.
Hey.
Why are you staring at LeBlanc's bathroom? Let's think. They do say you can relax on the toilet. Funny enough, I thought this was background decoration during my first playthrough. And I never found out that this was an actual interactable object until my second playthrough, which is kind of hilarious. I should reflect for a bit. So what you are doing here when you're thinking is you'll be able to figure out like how close you are to reaching the next level of all your social stats. Once you reach the max, then there's really no other reason to go in here other than just for the lulz. And just for the hell of it, really. So, another thing you can do here, and believe it or not, this is actually a trophy that I missed out on until my most recent playthrough. And that is cleaning up LeBlanc. Alright, time to do some work for the chief. I'm sure he'll appreciate it.
Well then.
Let's begin. Well, I'd certainly appreciate that. I'm going home now. Don't break anything in the store, got it?
Sorry.
If only I wasn't stuck like this, I'd help you out. Hey, I'm serious.
That should do it for
Alright, all clean. I bet the chief's gonna be happy with this. Thinking about customers and cleaning the store probably helped to increase your kindness, no? Again, this is kind of pointless if you maxed out your kindness stat already, but I wanted to show this off because this is completely missable. As, again, you may not even know this existed. Just saying. That took longer than I expected. We should get to bed once we clean up and clean up the rest. Alright. It's time. Ah, we were able to grab a seat for ourselves. And you have a book you haven't finished yet. Now this is nice. Why don't you read that book until we get there? So, on certain days, you'll have the opportunity to sit down and read a book on the train on your way to school, which is pretty sweet. Reading will cause time to pass, but finishing a book will grant a variety of benefits. The bookmark icon indicates how much a book you have completed. Some books are quite challenging and require a certain level of knowledge. But so long as you're keeping up on your knowledge stat, then this isn't really an issue. Let's read this. Younga Walker 04. Actually no, I'm gonna read this instead. A novel based on Arsene. His clever trick makes you knowledgeable. The reason why I'm choosing to read this is because this is a book I checked out from the library at the school. Tonight I will be taking the Phantom Diamond. Ah, the legendary gentleman thief, Arsene. It's hard not to idolize him. He's preeminent in our field. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that word, but still.
Hey, hey.
I didn't realize how long you've been reading, so how far did you get? About halfway through. Seems like you still have some pages left. You should continue some other time. Oh, we're almost at the station. I'd say that was an efficient use of your time. I have to agree with you there. So again, when it comes to reading books, try to focus on ones that raise your stats above all others. Location-based books, you could finish in one go, but keep in mind that those location books will lead you to locations on which your confidence will take you later down the line. So it's entirely up to you of how you wish to proceed. Ugh, I spent way too much on the new clothes this month. Now I'm broke. Guess you're getting yourself a job. Those job magazines they have at the train station are useful. Maybe I'll swing by the Shibuya Underground and pick one up after school. Then again, work's for losers. I hope I find something easy. Funny enough, there is, but not till later.
A calling card?
I heard it was already posted by the time everyone got here this morning.
Sir Suguru Kamoshida, the utter bastard of lust. We know how shitty you are, and that you put your twisted desires on students that can't fight back. That's why we have decided to steal away those desires and make you confess your sins. This will be done tomorrow, so we hope you will be ready. From the Phantom Thieves of Hearts.
Wow. Not bad, huh? I looked up a bunch of similar stuff online for reference.
Yeah. I know what you wanted to say, but it sounded like an idiot trying to be an adult.
Your logo's a little lacking too.
Okay, you know what? That ain't true.
Did Mr. Kamoshida do something wrong? Does this mean the rumors are true?
Wait a sec. Is someone gonna take something from Mr. Kamoshida?
What's with this weird logo? And who are these Phantom Thieves of Hearts people? It got everyone excited, so it's all good, yeah?
Well, speak of the devil.
Responsible for this.
Look at that. A predictable reaction for someone who knows what we mean by distorted desires.
I think it's hitting him pretty hard.
Did you do this, or was it you?
Ooh, he's pissed.
Was it you two?
What are you talking about?
So you're playing dumb? It's not a problem. You'll be expelled soon enough anyway. Come, steal it if you can.
Oh boy. This is where the fun officially begins, boys and girls.
Judging from Kamoshida's response, I'm sure we had an effect on his palace.
Does that mean the treasures appeared? We'll be able to get it today, right?
It's not just today. It's only today. The impact of seeing a calling card doesn't last long. And it cannot be repeated. This will be our one chance to steal the treasure.
One day's more than enough for us.
So, the calling card has been delivered to the target. You can now enter their palace and steal the treasure within. No, really? I thought we were gonna take the day off or something and go have a frickin' whiskey. Nah. Excuse me. Also, it's highly appropriate of sending the calling card on this particular date.
Well then.
Let's go! Keep your guard up! So, after sending the calling card, the security level is raised to its absolute limit of 100%. You can, technically speaking, decrease it as you make your way through the palace again, but honestly, it's a good idea to preserve your strength as much as humanly possible and just warp to the nearest safe room where the palace treasure is. So, let's get moving.
Come on, man.
What the hell's going on here? The door's just sitting open and there aren't any soldiers around. This place is probably undermanned now that they all got assigned elsewhere. Either way, we win as long as we can steal the treasure. Let's keep going. Indeed. So like I said, once you send the calling card, just book it to the treasure as soon as you possibly can. Try to avoid fights as much as possible. Otherwise, it's going to be bad news bears.
Oh yeah! The treasure has appeared!
Man, it's huge.
What do you think? It's just as I said. Now we can steal it. Oh, the shine brings tears to my eyes.
Kind of pisses me off. Why is it so pretty? Isn't this Kamoshida's desires?
Treasure!
The cat's acting awfully excited.
What's wrong? Is something...
That's not catnip.
Alright, that's enough, you stupid cat.
Yeah. Forgive me for displaying such an insolent sight in front of a lady.
You were completely out of character, too. What was that about?
I couldn't stop it either. To think I'd be drawn to human desires this much. Doesn't that prove that I'm human?
Not necessarily.
Anyway, you guys need to carry it.
All you do is bark orders. Still, that was easier than I thought. I thought for sure there'd be some insane trap or something.
This palace will disappear if we take this back, right? And Kamoshida will change, too.
That should be the case.
Good. Now's our chance, then.
Alright, time to get this out of here.
It's heavy.
To think it'd go so well. I've even found 3 Persona users in the process. My judgment was correct. I made the right choice in making a deal with you.
I feel like my bond with Morgana is growing deeper. Nice. So his confidant rank is now increased to level 2. Sweet.
Go, let's go, Kamoshida!
Whoa, damn. Talk about making an entrance.
I won't let anyone take this. This proves that I am the king of this castle. It is the core of this world.
That rat bastard. That's how he sees me, isn't it?
Yo, pervert! Were you waiting to ambush us?
I just made it easier to find you. I'll dispose of you myself. Right here, right now.
That's our line, you sexually harassing D-bag!
What a selfish misunderstanding.
How is it a misunderstanding? You were doing things that you kept in secret from others.
People around me were the ones who kept it secret. Adults who want to share in my accomplishments. Students who have the drive to become winners. They willingly protect me, so that we all may profit from it.
Profit?
There are too many imbeciles who don't understand that. Including naive brats like you and that girl who tried to kill herself.
True, she's a total idiot. Letting you manipulate her, trying to commit suicide. And I'm even more of a dumbass for not realizing that. But no matter what kind of fool someone might be, they don't need your permission to live their lives!
Drop the attitude, you mediocre peasant. There is no wrong in using my gifts for my gain.
Bullshit.
Cut above all other humans.
Above? You mean beneath? You're a goddamn demon obsessed with your sick desires!
You tell him, On.
That's right. I'm not like you. I am a demon who rules this world.
Whoa! Looks like Kamoshida's true colors are finally coming out. Ugh! The hell was that thing? You're wrong! Kamoshida, the 90s called, they want their crappy CGI model back. Just kidding.
Look! The treasure's over there! We should catch him off guard and steal it. Let's attack him and wait for that opportunity.
Sounds like a plan to me. So here we go.
We can take on Kamoshida himself. Everyone, let's do this!
Indeed. Time to take on freaking Kamoshida's demonic form, aka his true form that makes everyone absolutely pissed. Also, I'm pretty sure he cannot be inflicted by any status ailments whatsoever, so don't even try. But what you can do is increase the attack power and also decrease the attack power of your target. In other words, execute some really neat strats that involve buffing, debuffing, etc. And this is why it's important to have everyone ready. In other words, have everyone fully healed, make sure they have all of their SP. Just so that way you're ready for the inevitable battle, which is going to be pretty... It really depends on the person. It can be an endurance test, a test of all your might, or it can be something even more damning. As you can see, we're not dealing a whole lot of damage to Kamoshida right here, which really is not too good. But I believe after we deal enough damage to him, eventually he will go to the next phase of the fight. Okay, yeah, it seems like Jack Frost is going to be my only bet for now, other than obviously pulling out my aces, which I don't want to do because that would make the fight go by way too quickly and make things way too boring. I'll only do that when I have to. As far as weaknesses for Kamoshida's demonic form is concerned, I don't think he has any. He has, he doesn't have any sort of resistances or weaknesses at all. Oh, you little freak.
Healed himself? Is it from eating one of those things in the trophy? Then we should destroy that first.
No, really? I thought we were just gonna beat the crap out of Kamoshida forever. Nah, of course not. For whatever reason, you can't target the trophy right away. You have to attack and deal enough damage to Kamoshida to force him to heal himself.
When someone tells us not to do something, it makes us want to do it even more.
Very, very true. So, at this point, you definitely want to focus all of your attention on destroying the trophy first and foremost. Ba-bing! Well, too bad. So what?
I always saw you as a condescending hotshot, but right now, you're just a pathetic loser.
We came all this way to steal that. Will you just give it up and hand it over?
Silence! I will let no lights that you have this!
You still have the energy to say things like that? Then we're going to up our game as well.
Alright. Time to clean house.
You dare strike me! I'm the king! If I'm not, then who is? How dare you keep defying me? Looks like I gotta bring out the big guns. Slaves! Bring over you know what?
Oh dear, I wonder what that is. Well. Don't you already have a pair?
I'm so sorry, King Kamoshida. I have it right here.
Slow, Mishima! It's just
Mishima?
Oh, wait, what? Why is he here?
Calm down. That's only Kamoshida's cognitive version of him. It's not the real Mishima. It feels like he's gonna attack. Keep your guard up.
So at this point, if this is your first playthrough and you're first dealing with this fight, have everyone guard this turn. Because Kamoshida's kill shot will deal a tremendous amount of damage otherwise.
Now pass it to me. Don't tell me you can't even do something as simple as that.
Here goes.
The sparkler sees below! Knew it. I can't go all out with Mishima providing the backup. Hey, ship for brains! Get off my court!
I'm sorry, King Kamoshida.
Then Slade, get out here! Hurry up with my damn ball!
What is up with his obsession with balls?
Kamoshida, I brought you your ball, just like you asked.
Now, there's a good girl, Slade. Yeah, all women should obey my orders like this. Ain't that right?
It's seriously messed up.
What's Shiho doing here?
Panther, calm down. That's not the real one.
Yeah, you're right. But this is just...
Damn it. Even Suzui, too. You've gone too far, you piece of shit.
Agreed.
I get it. You want to see my kill shot again, don't you?
If we keep attacking Kamoshida, he's focusing on the kill shot. We could be able to stop him. Or should we take down the cognitive Suzui so he can't get the ball anymore? Since that's just a cognitive Suzui, attacking it shouldn't have an effect on the real one.
What do we do?
That would be take out the fake Suzui.
Alright, let's do this.
Taking out the fake Suzui is honestly one of the best things you can do. Especially considering that I believe she is weak to absolutely everything.
Suzui was useless. Looks like I have to give her some special instruction later. One-on-one.
Kamoshida, I'll never forgive you.
Sorry, Suzui. I swear we'll beat that bastard's ass.
We won't get anywhere with brute force.
So, during many boss fights, mainly with palace rulers, you'll be able to give special orders. In certain battles, you'll be able to carry out special orders. If these strategies succeed, the flow of battle will turn greatly in your favor. Be sure to choose the party member you feel has the best chance of success. However, keep in mind that this party member will act separately, meaning you'll have to fight with one fewer party member for a period of time.
What do we do?
Let's go for the crown.
We'll see. In that case, time for plan B. Look over at that terrace. While the others are drawing Kamoshida's attention, have someone go there. Let's steal the treasure without him noticing.
Sounds good to me.
Take that treasure.
We need to steal Kamoshida's treasure. Should I send someone to do it? Always say yes.
Time to show you my skills.
I can go whenever you want.
Ugh, gross. He keeps looking at me.
So when it comes to executing this special order, select either Morgana or Ryuji to execute the order. If you select Lady On, then the plan will automatically fail after the first turn.
Gotcha. Keep him distracted by attacking him. That's right.
Sounds good to me.
Attack Kamoshida. Keep him busy.
Okay. So what you need to do here is you need to deal a lot of damage to Kamoshida within a short period of time and keep him occupied while doing so.
Not enough. We gotta do a lot more damage than this.
Funny enough, Morgana is absolutely right about that. So if you have an ability to decrease the enemy's defense, don't be afraid to do so, but make it quick. I believe in order to consider it to be more than enough damage, you do need to deal at least 100 damage per attack in order to keep him fully distracted.
Listen up. This school exists because I'm around. You're the only one who don't respect me, you know?
Yeah, whatever, man. Anyway, now's my chance.
Okay. Cool.
What's the matter, slaves? Hurry up and bring me more volleyballs. I can't serve up my kill shot without any balls.
Use your own pair.
Am I really out of slaves?
Attack Kamoshida. Keep him busy.
Alright. I really don't want to use my aces, but I don't have any other choice in the matter. I guess I'm just gonna have to attack manually.
It's not enough. We gotta do a lot more damage than this.
That works.
You're misunderstanding it all. I haven't sexually harassed anyone. They came on to me because they wanted to get on my good side.
What a total moron. But at least it's letting me get closer to the treasure.
I won't allow you.
Alright, this is it.
Attack Kamoshida. Keep him busy.
Okay. Just got a little bit more to go. Afterwards, I believe Ryuji will finally have enough time to steal the crown from Kamoshida. Just keep in mind, though, that we still need to continue to deal a lot of damage to him as quickly as possible.
Not enough. We gotta do a lot more damage than this. Eat this.
Okay.
Attack Kamoshida. Keep him busy. Keep it up. You have to distract him.
I think this is gonna kill him. Okay, not quite yet.
Attack Kamoshida. Keep him busy.
Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up executing the killing blow just before Ryuji executes his plan. Just because my equipment is so damn powerful.
Is there one less of you? No, they're missing. Where'd they go?
Took you too long to notice, moron.
Hell yeah! Nice!
Good. Kamoshida's shaken up.
I think we can do this.
Indeed we can. So, after executing the plan, I believe Kamoshida becomes incredibly depressed and has no will to fight anymore. Sure, he may still attack, but his defense is greatly decreased. There we go. Bada binga, bada booma. Kamoshida is no more. He dead! He dead, boys! He dead!
I leveled up.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. There's nowhere to run.
Not running away. Why don't you run? Aren't you a great athlete?
It's always been like this. All those goddamn hyenas forcing their expectations on me. I'm doing this all for them. What's wrong about demanding a reward for that?
Everything.
Now you're making excuses? We'll do something about that distorted heart of yours.
Scared right now? You're seeing the same view that Shiho did. I'm sure she was scared too. Except she had no choice but to jump. What will you do? Will you jump? Or would you rather die here?
Do you want to finish him off? It's your call.
No, please wait. I beg you. Just forgive me.
Shut up. I bet everyone told you the same. But you took everything from them!
I accept defeat. You want this? Take it.
Thank you.
Go ahead and finish me off. You do that, and my real self will go down too. You have that right, since you've won.
On!
If his mind shuts down, he can't admit his crimes.
You're kind, Lady An.
I've lost. You're through when you lose. What am I supposed to do now?
Atone for your sins.
All right. I will leave now and return to my real self. I'll make certain.
Whoa!
Hey, just so you know, we don't have time to waste. This place is about to collapse.
Oh boy. This looks like a fun sequence. Oh dear.
It's been a while, so I just tripped this.
Sounds a lot like me. Whew, barely made it.
That sucked.
Look at the nav.
The destination has been deleted.
It's true. We can't go there anymore.
What about the treasure?
Here we are.
The...
A medal? Wait, where'd that crown go?
What's going on?
It means that was the source of Kamoshida's desires. To him, this medal is worth as much as that crown we saw in the palace.
An Olympic medal. So, that perv kept clinging to his past glory and couldn't let it go.
But this means that Kamoshida's heart might have changed, right?
Probably.
Our expulsion's on the line here.
This is the first successful example for me too. However, there's no doubt that this has affected Kamoshida's personality quite a lot. The entire palace disappeared after all.
I feel all antsy. Ain't there a way to check now?
We'll know soon enough.
Right.
Come on, why the gloomy faces? Be happy. We completed this with great success, you know.
We just don't know if everything's okay yet.
I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. Remember how Kamoshida's shadow said that he's returning to his self in reality? We all know Suguru Kamoshida is scum. Still, he did seem to regain his conscience somewhat before he disappeared.
It seems so.
There are definitely those who have been saved thanks to what you've done.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess we gotta wait. It all boils down to what's gonna happen to Kamoshida. Or if we're getting expelled for real.
Let's go home.
Yeah. Let's go.
The only thing we can do now is wait. And waiting is obviously the hardest part of this whole ordeal.
You're back.
Thanks, I finally got to avenge Shiho because of you guys. I'm pretty sure there was no way I'd have been able to do anything on my own. So seriously, thank you. I owe you so much. You helped too. You think? I'm glad to hear that. Anyways, that cognitive world was pretty crazy, huh? What a mysterious place. I can't believe we actually stole someone's heart. Speaking of mysterious, there's also the matter of Morgana's transformation. When we were escaping, didn't he turn back into a cat even though we were still in the palace?
Lady Ann sure is sharp. I'm impressed. Basically, the treasure changes the shape of things. Once that's gone, that power no longer works. Though the real reason I changed quickly back then was because I'm so incredibly skilled. How's that? Isn't that amazing?
He said he's amazing. Oh yeah, I forgot Morgana is reading these messages too. I think I feel a little better after talking to you. Thanks. We still haven't seen any results, but it feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I do hope you don't mind talking to me too much. Well, see you tomorrow. Alright. So, like I said, the only thing we have left to do now that the whole Kamoshida incident is completely taken care of, is to wait for the change of heart. And of course you can speed up time by sleeping repeatedly over and over again, but that's a waste of time, honestly. So it's really a better idea to use this time to read up on books, increase your social stats, work, get some cash, work on confidence, really anything else other than sleep. Just saying. The treasure room had already been emptied out. Ah, the legendary gentleman thief Arsene. Okay. Same thing as before, I see.
Oh.
So you finished reading The Great Thief. Arsene's always thwarted by his pursuers, leading them around by the nose. He's so cool. It seems this novel taught you about the kind of wits and tricks you'll need as a phantom thief. So in other words, our social stats have increased. And that would be knowledge. Well, I guess we should go to sleep. Staying up too late isn't healthy, you know. Also, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe in the original Persona 5, you couldn't really do too many activities at night. Especially in early game, for sure. Otherwise, Morgana's gonna be like, go the F to sleep. Thankfully, it doesn't do that nearly as often in Royal. Just saying, though. There was this overseas drama on TV last night. I only started watching partway through, but now I'm totally hooked. I want to start watching from the beginning now. I wonder if there's anywhere I can borrow Season 1. How about the video rental shop on Central Street? If you become a yearly member, you can borrow as many DVDs as you want. Oh, that's a pretty big chain, so they probably have it. Thanks, I'll stop by later. RIP video stores. Those are not really around anymore. There might be some local businesses that do operate a video rental place, but they are very few and far between. Plus, there's only one Blockbuster left in the entire US. I'm just saying. Video rental shop on Central Street. Oh, they must mean that giant building right in front of the bookstore. Being able to borrow as much as you want sounds tempting. Let's check it out when we have the time. Again, there's no real need to right now, but whatevs.
Have you seen Kamoshida?
I haven't.
Really think he changed?
I hope so.
Well, yeah.
Oh, perfect timing.
Hello, Kawakami. What's up?
Study hall will be held instead of PE today. I'm letting you know just in case you haven't heard. Mr. Kamoshida has taken the day off.
He ain't here?
Don't tell anyone that you heard this from me. But we received word that Mr. Kamoshida is placing himself under suspension. It's such an important time before the tournament, too. Principal Kobayakawa went to talk to him about it, but he supposedly wasn't making any sense.
Wait, a suspension?
Not so loud! The talks about your expulsions may be put on hold, too. I don't know too much about it, though. Anyway, I've relayed what's going on to you.
Okay, well thank you for the information.
Looks like something happened. At least it sounds different from a mental shutdown.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Guess all we can do is wait.
Very true, Ryuji. Very true. We did all we can. Now, we wait. No surprise, waiting is pretty boring. I wonder what Ryuji and the rest are up to. Man, all this waiting got me so antsy. You should go on a trip or something. What do you think? Sorry, I'm gonna have to pass. What? You busy? Yeah, I'll be visiting Shiho in the hospital after school for the next few days. I can't do much to help her, but it'll be nice at least to see her face. Gotcha. I hope she wakes up soon. Be safe out there. Yeah, thanks. I'm totally down to go somewhere once things calm down, though. It sounds like we won't be able to see Lady Ann after school for a while. How unfortunate. You should work on your kindness. That way you can say something encouraging next time you see her. Even though I already have that maxed out. Hey, about the doctor at that clinic. She's been helping us out quite a bit. Make sure to swing by once in a while to keep a good relationship. I want to know why she was arguing with that guy too. Sounds like a good idea, but first, let's head to the library so that way we can return this book.
Thank you.
And check out another one. Check out the Pirate Legend.
Here.
Pirate Legend, eh? Q.
At a time like this?
Mr. Kamoshida locked himself away after that prank with those phantom thieves? And on top of that, we have the midterms coming up after the break. I wonder how next semester is going to go. She must be really focused. She didn't notice me at all. Funny enough, that character is pretty important. Though, not right now, though. Anywho, let's start ourselves another confidant now, shall we? I should ask about the enhancing drug I heard her mention the other day.
Well,
What are you here for today? Got any special medicine?
huh?
Now I remember, you're the kid who was at LeBlanc. Regular medicine won't do the trick. I have my reasons. Very well. Just head into the examination room for now. Okay.
Oh,
That medicine, huh? The hell?
what are you trying to do?
So, which conversation of mine did you eavesdrop on to hear that? Huh? It was obvious, actually. You call that hiding? Not that I care, of course. I was going to dispose of that medicine anyway. I got a little too carried away with it. But tell me, why would a high schooler like yourself be so interested in that medicine? Meow? It's very strange indeed. You don't seem to be very athletic, so what exactly are you up to? It's for my exams.
Huh?
Exams? Oh, your entrance exams for college. So you're looking to improve your concentration and reduce fatigue. That's not the best idea. But if that's what you want to do,
Take care.
then good luck with that. I have no obligation to help you with that. Why don't you have an energy drink or something? I need that medicine. You're really annoying, you know that? The medicine is really expensive. And it's not something a high schooler can get his hands on. It costs almost as much as a car. Got it? So how about you just go home? Can I work for it? What? Like a part-time help? Do you consider yourself someone with a good amount of stamina? I admit I have been looking for a young person around your age to help me out. But I haven't been able to find one, even after putting an ad in the paper. Are you up to it? Or up for it? What would I be doing? Do you want to do it or not? Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Okay then, you'll be participating in clinical trials for my medicine. Really? What do those entail? Hang on, I'll be right back. Here you go. Worried about the side effects, huh? Well, you can relax. Rest assured, my autopsy is guaranteed to find out exactly what part killed you. Ah!
Did you change your mind?
What? Aren't you going to take it? The exit's right there if you want to leave. If I don't drink this, Takami probably won't sell her medicine. Well, go on. Well, bottoms up.
What?
Huh? I can't believe you actually drank it. Bitter yet sour. It's beyond description. However, it's nothing I can't handle. Wow, still doing okay, huh? Not bad for a high schooler. Oh dear. Well, game over, I guess. What a truly foolish end.
Good evening. Do you remember anything from the moment you took the medicine until now? By the look in your eyes, I'd say you don't. You briefly woke from your coma, but you were completely dazed during the entire examination. You eventually lost consciousness and fell back asleep. Are you out of your mind? Only an idiot would have drank that.
It's for my exams.
Fine. By the way, the reason you lost consciousness was because of the taste. It produces a foul smell when it mixes with gastric juices, similar to surströmming. Oh well. All that matters is that thanks to you, I was able to get some good data. Okay, it's my turn to make good on my part of the deal. That's why I waited until you woke up. I don't want the general public to know about my original medicines. So, you're strictly prohibited from disclosing what happens here to anyone. Understood?
Of course.
Then it's a deal. As long as you come here for it, I'll give you the medicine at a good price whenever you want. I may even add additional selections in time. I look forward to your continued patronage.
I made a deal with whatever her name is. Takimi. I can never pronounce her name right. I'm bad with names, whether it be English or Japanese, it don't matter. I'm awful. End of story.
Considering all the actions you've taken, you must have had someone with medical expertise. Who? And how did you treat your wounds? It'll be easy to find out who if we look into this, you know.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. it shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the death persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
Sweet. So, new confidant established, and we got ourselves the Death Arcana. And upon doing so, we'll not only unlock Rejuvenation, which increases the selection of healing items at the clinic, but since we re-established her confidant from the prior playthrough, we'll also get some really awesome farewell gifts, which I will be going over in a moment.
So, when can you come back for the next clinical trial? Oh, you don't remember that part either? Well, I was saying that teenage test subjects are quite valuable in the medical research industry. So I'll provide you the medicine for your entrance exams, and in exchange, you'll be my guinea pig. I have to perfect this medicine. If you're able to move now, you can go home. All right, take care.
Alright, thank you. I feel like cooperating in that shady clinical trial has increased my guts. Sweet.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I'll contact you when I'm done prepping for the next clinical trial. And I'll put together some compensation by then for all your efforts today, but you're not getting that in writing. Based on today's results, I think I can whip up some new medicine for next time. Drop by when you're ready for it. Fine by me. Good to hear. You live pretty close, right? You might still feel some dizziness, so take it easy on your way home.
Alright.
I'm not really in the mood to write up an autopsy, so take care of yourself. Okay. That I will do. So you may have noticed during that conversation, actually I'll get back to that in a minute. For now, cell phones. I went to see Shiho today, and I told her we settled things with Kamoshida. She still hasn't regained consciousness, but I had to go and make amends. What do you mean? You didn't do anything wrong, On. Right, Banjo? This is Kamoshida's doing. But I wasn't there when she needed help. I'm a failure as a friend. I have to do all I can to make up for that, starting now. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be able to move on. Man, I didn't know you were so passionate. I totally didn't notice that back in middle school. I think it's because of you guys. I'm a little embarrassed, though. Anyways, Ryuji, Banjo, I hope we'll keep helping each other out from now on, too. Hey, you got a minute? Something I want to ask you. Come here, let's have a chat. Okay, sure.
Yo.
Hey, you free tonight? You're free tonight, aren't you? Care to have a little chat with me? What? It's just some small talk. This may be a good opportunity to deepen my bond with Sojiro. And before we talk, there is something I will mention here, is that you may have noticed that during the Confidant, you may have noticed that based on the decision, I got a little music note to appear above the previous Confidant's head. Well, I believe that contributes towards Confidant points. If you get enough Confidant points for that Confidant, then that Confidant will level up the next time you interact with them. Otherwise, if you interact with them, you won't be able to raise that Confidant's level just yet. But hanging out with them will mean that you'll be able to level them up for real within the next attempt or two upon interacting with them. But still, just saying. You can get anywhere from 0 notes to up to a maximum of 3, depending on your responses. So think carefully of what you say and how you respond. Excuse me. For now, let's talk to Sojiro.
Yo.
Good. There's a lot of things I want to ask you. I'll clean up, so just wait here. Or wait there.
Hey, how's school? You're not causing any trouble, are you?
I'm not.
Good.
I've got to report to your probation officer twice a month. It's already a pain in the ass as is, so please don't make me have to write even more crap. Got that? This society is kept in check by laws and authority figures. You can go and get yourself killed if you want, but don't go dragging other people into your mess. The last thing we need is more idiots like you roaming around. What's wrong? Yeah, I'm heading out now. Sorry about that. I know. The usual, right? Okay. I'll see you later. As you can see, I'm pretty damn busy both at work and in my private life. If you could lend a hand, it'd really be a great help.
I'd be glad to.
Now we're talking. Either way, I won't ask you to work for free. If you agree to help me, then I'll teach you how to make the perfect cup of coffee. Not a bad trade, eh?
Sounds interesting.
Alright. Looks like we got ourselves a deal.
The distance between me and Sojiro seems to be closing slightly. That's good. I mean, he's technically our foster father right now. Don't want to piss him off, otherwise we'd be out in the street. And that would be bad news bears.
You may call yourself a phantom thief, but you're still a minor. Someone had to support you. Furthermore, they did so knowing you were a part of that group. Isn't the owner of that cafe an accomplice of yours?
Which cafe are you talking about? Could be any cafe in Japan. Just saying.
Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Hierophant persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
There we go. Another confidant established with Sojiro Sakura.
All right.
I'll be counting on your help.
Same here, my friend. Same here.
I owe you one.
Okay, I'll let you handle the rest. Gotta say, I'm glad you catch on quick with this stuff. Makes my life a lot easier. Just keep doing what you can, and don't cause any trouble, right? Got it.
Oh.
Glad to hear it. For today, though, just make sure you lock the place up. And don't go too crazy with the stuff in the shop. You're staying here rent-free, so you should know not to go overboard.
I'm gonna head.
Alright, see you tomorrow. So one thing I will mention here is when you're establishing a new confidant, their first and last piece of dialogue, or at least their first establishment and ending establishment, is always voiced. Mostly. There are some exceptions here and there, but just keep in mind that for whatever reason, the first part of the confidant, the establishment, is fully voiced, while the rest, not so much, with the exception of the final one. Just saying. Hey, have you ever been to Galolo Arcade on Central Street? Galolo? Oh, you mean the arcade next to the convenience store. I thought it was against school regulations to go to the arcade. Besides, I heard that some delinquents hang around there. What? Is there a game there that you want to play or something? No, I just heard that they sell this overseas juice brand there. It's supposed to help with drowsiness. My grades have been slipping lately, but I'm scared of the delinquent. Why does it seem like products that come from overseas always work? Maybe it's the unique taste. And there's a delinquent, huh? Well, compared to Shadows, he shouldn't be any trouble. I don't know. We'll have to see soon enough. The school store is always out of Yakuza pan, no matter what time I go. I haven't been able to get any even once. Oh, don't you know? It's always sold out on Mondays, but there's usually some left over on Fridays. Are you serious? I'll finally be able to get some yakisoba pan today.
Hey,
Huh, I guess there's a lot in this world you can only get for a limited time or during certain seasons. Now I want some too.
wow.
Do you want to try some? I'll come with you. Of course. I mean, I could technically leave them home, but not in the lore of the game, but what else? Let's see what we got. You know, running around in that palace made me realize something. I ain't moving well at all. My body's way out of whack. I gotta start training again. Practice is real important. So I'm gonna start again as of today. You wanna join in? Maybe a good opportunity to strengthen my bond with Ryuji. Let's see. We'll decide later. How's your studying coming along for your exams? By the way, I have a new medicine ready. I want to test it on you as soon as possible. Could you stop by, my little guinea pig? Not just yet. There's still something else I kind of want to take a look at. That would be what you have for sale here. Again, pretty handy for in-game, you know, for early game, but not much else.
Oh,
You beat Kamoshida and all, but I'm still feeling kind of nervous. I guess we just gotta wait and see what happens. I realized when we were running through that palace that I can't really move like I used to. So how about we do some training? I can't just sit on my ass here. Spending time with your confidants after school or night will deepen your trust in each other. Think carefully about who you will spend your limited time with as you progress through various palaces. Alright, let's hang out. Let's do some quick warm-ups behind the gym then.
get going?
Go get changed. Well, I'm gonna walk around. Let me know when you're ready to leave. Okay. Sounds good to me. Man, this place brings back memories. This is my secret training spot, was. Back when I was on the track team. Actually, I've been thinking about trying to run again. Really now? Fighting in that other world was a total shock. I couldn't move like I used to. It just felt lame. So I started thinking maybe I need to build up my muscles again. Anything's gotta be better than this flimsy body, right? Plus, maybe then I'll be able to help out a little more. Well, I'm counting on you. I'm totally gonna wreck your expectations. I mean that in a good way. Anyway, you act like it's only me who's gonna be doing this. You're getting on it too.
Come on, man.
Whoa, don't look so surprised. Why do you think I had you go and change into that? It'd be pointless if I was the only one getting super fast, right? Alright, I'm gonna do some lifting sprints. You're stuck with the normal ones. Sure, okay. I ran around the school with Ryuji. Damn, my legs are all tight. I know how that feels oh too well. Before Kamoshida came along, the track team was the biggest thing the school had going for it. But it all changed after we got our coach fired and took over as the sub.
Damn it.
That bastard. Right from the very start, he was trying to get rid of us. He gives us crazy workouts. Then when we couldn't do them, he'd add even more on top of that. Day after day was nothing but that bullshit. He was going after me especially. He knew I was that kind of guy who would fight back. If my time dropped even a little, he'd cuss me out. Then on top of that, he brought up my parents. And then you punched him? Truth is, my mom's the only one I got. All my dad did was, when he was still around, was drink. Sometimes he even beat me or my mom. I don't know how that bastard Kamoshida found out, but he told the whole goddamn team. And as you can guess, I lost it and hit him. He was like he wanted me to do it though. He called it an act of violence and shut the team down. Thanks to that, the other guys on the team treat me like I'm some kind of traitor. And they ain't wrong. 'Cause of me, they all lost their spot at the championship. Do you want to go back? To the track team? Nah. How can I after that? Come on. Don't ask me tough questions like that. I'm not very smart, you know. Anyways, it doesn't matter now. That's all in the past. I'm only thinking about the future now. That's what we're gonna do. Build the future. We gotta think positive thoughts, brother. I have to agree with you there. Wow, we're already over the 3-hour mark? Well, time flies when you're having fun and taking names, kicking ass, and just putting people in their place. Come on, we're all warmed up, right? How about another run? By the way, you're actually pretty good at running. Not as good as me, though. Gee, thanks. Holy crap. My leg's shaking. Don't collapse on your way home, man.
See ya.
Later. Well then. Later, Ryuji. Sup? You got home okay? Didn't trip or anything? But man, I'm so out of shape. Felt like I could barely drag my damn legs up the station steps. This would have never happened back then. Ugh, I should have kept up my running. You're already fast enough. I guess. At least my legs healed enough that I can actually run again. But it brings back bad memories, so I've been kind of avoiding it. I'm pretty rusty, but even if I got kinda rough, I had fun. And with you here, I got some friendly competition too. Plus, we get to talk. So yeah, I'll catch you later. See ya. Later, Ryuji. It was nice hanging out with you too. Have a nice brotherly heart-to-heart, you know?
Ah, you're back.
So, getting used to the city? A little. I see. You're the only one here at night, so I'm not gonna bother setting a curfew or anything like that. So long as you're taking school seriously, I don't mind if you stroll the streets in the evening. So, now we can explore Yungen Jaya at night. Nice. But only around these parts, got it? You go back to your world, if you go back on your word, I'll kick you right out. Sounds good enough for me. And even though we're over the 3-hour mark now, yeah, let's go ahead and call it a day. Why, we've gotten quite a lot done today. We've shown off everything that we need to do. We completed Kamoshida's palace and put that sick-ass bastard in his place. It feels good. Keeping your diary up to date, huh? Well, I hope people's opinions of you turn around soon. I'm sure they will, so long as we keep up the pace and keep doing what we need to do. This room looks so desolate since there's nothing in here.
I've got a good idea.
Bring me that chair, the one in the corner. You can reach that beam on the ceiling if you stand on this chair, right? I should be able to. Alright, let's train your body using that ceiling beam. You're not doing anything right now. There's no harm in training. I'm gonna whip you into shape, so you better be prepared. So in other words, at this point, we can now do another activity, which I'll go over in a minute. Well, we thought it looked nice in here, but it looks a bit dead. come to think of it, you bought some plant nutrients, right? Why don't you try using them? Sounds good. Also, depending on the nutrients you give this plant, it'll raise your kindness stat in either 1 note, 2 notes, or 3 notes. Obviously, you want to give it the best nutrients you can, so that way you get the most kindness possible. So in other words, free kindness points without wasting any time whatsoever. And time is absolutely precious in this game. Just saying. And after you give the plant some nutrients, it should be good for a while. So as far as this chair is concerned, so what this is that you'll be able to train in your room. Training in your room will cause time to pass, but it will raise your max HP. And best of all, this max HP upgrade that you receive from these training sessions, they carry over to your New Game Plus file. So even though you restart back at level 1, your stats of which you've upgraded from your prior playthrough from means of training as well as another activity later, you'll be able to carry those stats with you from playthrough to playthrough. So, in other words, you could be at 999 HP and 999 SP on your next playthrough if you happen to dedicate all your time to training and raising your stats. The more you train, the greater the effect will be. Check your schedule and use your time wisely.
Okay.
I'll pass on training for now. Why? Because, well, we still have confidants to work on. Since we can't really do a whole lot right now when it comes to exploring the streets, raising confidants, and doing other things like that, there's really not a whole lot we can do other than try to focus on increasing the confidant within Sojiro right now. But even so, just saying. Later on in the game, we will be able to progress, or really go out at a later point in time. So, for now, we just gotta deal with the limitations. Anywho, now that we can go out at night, now we can take a look at some other places, like the bathhouse. The bathhouse can improve your charm, but attending will cause time to pass. The fee to use the bath is 500 yen. The bathhouse's particular benefits depend on the day and the weather. Visit from time to time to see what it can do for you. There's actually a trophy associated with the bathhouse as well, which I've already gotten in a prior playthrough. And alongside that, let's take a look at the laundromat. So here we can use the laundromat. Using the laundromat will cause time to pass, but you'll be able to wash sooty armor for 400 yen. Doing so will clean it and reveal its true potential. Up to 4 items can be washed in a cycle. That item you receive is up to chance. Be sure to visit the laundromat when you have sooty armor. Helpful for early game, but not so much for late game onward. Honestly, you can get better equipment and better things from doing certain other actions later down the line. For now, I figured I'd show off some other things of which you can do around here, especially at night. You have anything new for sale? No, of course not. Well, that stunk. Whatevs. Have I been in here yet, or at least shown it off? No, not yet. Okay. Well, I think we've taken care of everything we needed to do for now. So with that, folks, let's call it a session here. Why? Like I said, we are well over the 3-hour mark by almost 10 minutes at this point, so I figured the next session will be a good enough time to speed through the rest of the dates that we need to and get to the next part of the story. So with that, folks, I bid you all adieu for today. This is General Snivy with the Persona 5 Royal Playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to work on some more confidant stuff, and we'll also see the whole change of heart in action, and see if Kamoshida really does turn over a new leaf, and finally admits that he's just a sick-ass son bitch. You know what I mean, folks? only one way to find out, and that is to tune in next time. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.